Hey Capricorn. I don't know what's up right now, but I keep getting songs about California. As I was getting ready to do the readings, I just got another one. California Girls by Katy Perry and Snoop Dogg. Hotel California by the Eagles. California Love by Tupac. Beverly Hills 90210 yesterday during another reading. I can't remember which sign it was for. And there was one other one. I don't know. Maybe California is significant for some of you, because as soon as I started recording, I started hearing Katy Perry, California Girls. I have to grab my oracles. So, thank you. We're going to use both of these decks today because it's the full moon. Today, Capricorn, we're going to start out with the power of surrender. And then we're going to do the Moonology deck. To make sure I wasn't ashy, okay? All right. What does Capricorn need to know from the power of surrender deck? Surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. That can be difficult sometimes. And I know people automatically go to drugs, but addictions can easily be like food. Yeah, you could be addicted to food, anything. You could be addicted to sleep or whatever it is that's just becoming a bit too much, and you might already know what it is. It's just time to grab a hold of that and take control of the situation. And at the bottom of the deck, we have surrender the drama, but let's keep going. Ooh. Is there anything else that Capricorn needs to surrender? Surrender to setting limits. It's healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs, and remember that no is a complete sentence. No is also a protection spell. In one of my oracle decks, it says that. Let's see. Some of you may need to just be like, back. This could be to yourself or to someone else. Again, it could be some kind of an addiction. Like for me, for instance, Capricorn, I have a thing for sweets. It's a problem. And also pizza, grains, pasta. Like, I'm actively making changes to make sure that those aren't becoming a problem for me, right? So there could just be something in your life that you need to set some clear boundaries with, and there could also be some people in your life where you need to set some boundaries. Hey, I like this at the bottom of the deck, surrender to joy. A key to positive change in life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling during both the hard and easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. I just imagine somebody walking down the street awkwardly smiling, but you know, it's like that sometimes, and who cares if other people don't get it? You gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, so now let's move on to the Moonology deck. What does the collective sign of Capricorn need to know from the Moonology deck? Your commitment is being tested. So if you've been feeling led to do something, and that's first quarter moon, if you've been feeling led to do something and kind of fighting it, you may want to listen to that leading next time. You know, if you get the inkling like, maybe I'm supposed to yada, 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 and you still aren't doing it, that could be some kind of a test of your own personal commitment and discipline. Adjustments are required. Third quarter moon, okay? So that kind of is in line with that first one to me. Let's see, what else does Capricorn need to know from the Moonology deck? Hold your vision, Cappies. Hold your vision. Emotions are running high, okay. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is definitely supposed to come out. Supermoon. And then we have bring love into the situation at the bottom of the deck. New moon in Aquarius. So we're going to see what this is about. Let's get into the tarot. And the emotions are running high just means that this is something you feel intensely about, or if it's about those boundaries, it's something that you have trouble setting boundaries with. Like maybe just something you're emotionally tied to. And that could be why they're running high. It doesn't necessarily have to do with another person. But it might. Either way, you're being told to cut it. But let's get started. What's in the tarot for Capricorn? You know it's the full moon. Full moon is a time of letting go. We have 3 of Wands energy here, starting out, okay? Six of Pentacles. The Hermit. All right. I don't know. He looks like Gandalf or some kind of person from the mind of J.K. Rowling. Okay, let's keep going. Then we have the Knight of Cups. We got 2 cards here, the King of Wands and the Ten of Wands. All right, what's at the bottom of the deck? Wow. So the 2 of Wands is at the bottom of the deck as the overall energy, and I'm hearing I'm Moving On by the singer Maya. And that is about moving on from a person. So you could very well be leaving a relationship behind. Or you could have recently decided to do this, Cap. And then we go from the 2 of Wands to the 3 of Wands within the initial spread. Yeah, somebody may be trying to come back to you saying that they're ready to give you reciprocity, or they're ready to give you what you want. They may be trying to offer you some kind of a gift now that you've decided to move on, or they will be trying to come in with something for you. But your focus is like, I'm blind to the BS. I'm focused on other things. I'm looking for the light. Hermit energy. Minding your own business, pulling back your energy from whatever this is, whoever this is. And really, your focus has been letting whatever this is go. You know, because I'm still hearing that. I'm moving on. And I'm hearing that Lil Wayne part. I'm moving on and move my way or something. There could be somebody else you have your eye on. There's somebody else has their eye on you. Oh, yeah. Knight of Cups. You have your eye on something, I feel, Cap. You have your eye on something. Something else. It's like now that you got a taste of what it's like to not deal with this thing or this person, you see that it's not so bad to be without it or without them. Like, you know, cutting out sweets isn't so bad after all. I don't feel as tired when I don't eat them. You know, these vegetables, they're not so bad after all. Carrots taste kind of sweet. You know? Sure, it's not a donut, but my body feels so much better when I eat the carrot instead of the donut. So as good as that donut looks, I just can't, because now I know better. I know I feel better without the donut. And that's just like I love food, okay? So it's going to be my example, but it'll be something different for each of you. And then with the outcome, with you Knight of Cups, realizing that there are other things that really do make you happy, or other things that are leading your passions that you could grow passion for. Some of you might be growing a passion for healthier eating or different types of partnerships. Some of you might be moving toward a different kind of career. Like, you know what? I thought that I wanted to be a doctor, but now I'm really into basket weaving, and I'm going to keep basket weaving, you know? Or I think I can start a business with this. Some of you, it's like a drastic, some kind of change where you're like, why was I keeping myself in this one situation for so long when there are other options? It's like your eyes are opening. And I'm hearing I'm hearing that song from Frozen, Love is an Open Door. So that tells me be cautious as well, because you don't want to be too caught in the dream state that you're not realizing or not choosing wisely as you go forward. So I'm going to say still don't jump in. Don't be too in the full energy where it's like ignorant energy. So do still plan Capricorn, still be Capricorn, because Capricorns are very, very intelligent, very wise in business dealings, very, very aware when it comes to making the money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like still be smart about this, and I feel you are. But there's almost like a feeling of euphoria about this new possibility. A new possibility is what it feels like. And then we have as the outcome the King of Wands. And the Ten of Wands came out with it. So maybe this feels like not the easiest transition for you with the Ten of Wands clarifying the King of Wands, but I feel like you know it's for the highest good because your commitment is being tested. You're surrendering those addictions to the past. You're surrendering those addictions to whatever it was you thought was the only option before, or just what you were used to, like this is it. This is it. Now you're seeing like that's not it, and I don't have to choose that. And that's your King of Wands energy. It's you being like, I get to decide. And now I want to go this way. But in going this way, there's this like a bit of a weight, right? Some of you may be feeling a little bit of that underlying urge that creeps up on people as they're making progress, that urge to be like, slow down, just sit down. Go back to that other thing. It's easier, and you can come back to this later. And then before you know it, you've completely forsaken that new thing that you were going towards that might actually be a part of your path, because you just wanted to slow down and go back and sit down. Just take a breather, go back. You don't have to go back. You don't have to listen to that voice. That voice is tempting you. Your commitment is being tested. I'm being reminded of the final scene in Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory where, oh my God, I love that. That scene is crazy, okay? But you know how Willy Wonka was kind of wonky and he had tested Charlie's loyalty, right? And I feel like that kind of energy where he sent a darker energy to Charlie to be like, well, if you do this, I'll give you this. If you do this behind Willy Wonka's back. And Charlie was like, nope, not gonna do it. That's just not right. Get out of my face. And then at the end of the movie, even when Willy Wonka goes off on Charlie about the mistake he had made a little earlier in the movie with his grandpa, they're like having fun in that flying room or whatever. And Willy Wonka goes off on him about that. Charlie still decided to tell Willy Wonka the truth about that man. Just so you know, this guy offered me to do this, and I decided to turn it down, or something like that. Like Charlie takes the high road, and he gives back. He chooses not to betray Willy Wonka, even though Willy Wonka had just kind of gone off on him. So for fun of you, for fun, what's that about? Well, we do have surrender to joy here and surrender stress, but I feel like when Charlie was like, had the option to go this other way and betray Willy Wonka and then still get some kind of reward, he decided not to do it. And so some of you have been put in that situation where even though life hasn't been perfect and you haven't already reached that destination you had in mind, you're not going to give up on this vision that you have. Hold your vision. That's what I'm feeling. And I feel like if you don't give up on your vision, that success is right around the corner, even though it feels a little bit heavy right now. It's a little disappointing. Your commitment's being tested. It's a little bit difficult. But sometimes things that are worth it are just a little bit difficult. Let's see, what is this Three of Wands? Some of you may need to I think that scene is on YouTube. Yep. Three of Wands clarified by the Two of Wands, sticking to those smaller everyday, choices that help you keep whatever this is going. If you know that you shouldn't be texting someone, for instance, Or if you know that reaching out to someone would only make it more difficult for you to close that door, Two of Wands, then you know you need to block that person out. Or you know you need to set your phone down for a little while, step away from it, Two of Wands, because you have the bigger picture in mind. You know there's something else you want to go toward, or something else that's going to come towards you if you can truly let go. What about the Six of Pentacles energy? Seven of Cups. And the Strength. And I just heard to get to the other side. Like, to get to the other side. And there's all this water here. Of course, Seven of Cups, right? Now, the Six of Pentacles, it's like you're getting, and it's not the Six of Swords, but I'm feeling that energy. It's like you're traveling right now. But with the full moon energy, a lot of people have gotten the moon. I'm surprised you didn't get it. And it's like the unknown, right? Fear of the unknown. And having to kind of cross those waters. And I think that's what you're doing right now. But it's going to lead you to new options. That's why it's clarifying the Six of Pentacles. Equal give and take, making better choices. The Six of Pentacles to me is screaming right now, making better choices for yourself. What are you giving to yourself? What are you giving to your future self right now that's going to return to you? And that'll be some reciprocity for you. And what about this Hermit? The Judgment. And for me, this ties to surrendering to joy. You've had time to reflect. You know what needs to be cut out. Now it's time for you to kind of embrace those smaller steps and working toward truly cutting that thing out or that person out. And then surrendering to joy, remembering that life is good, even in this time of transition. That's what I feel like that, yeah, because you're in it's a transition, Capricorn. So Knight of Cups, why is the Knight of Cups here? Six of Swords. It's like you're trying to decide what it is exactly or how you're going to do this. With the Two of Pentacles there, you might be concerned about your stability along the way, because for some of you, this could have to do with money, career. But I feel like with the Knight of Cups, clarified by the Six of Swords, it's also some of you moving away from a situation where you know it's not promising. I'm not going to let this linger longer than it needs to. Even if that was somebody who was really, really cute. You know, like, he's such a dreamboat. What year is this? Why am I saying he's a dreamboat? Anyway, he's such a dreamboat. And I know, like, that one thing he did got under my skin, but if I just stick it out, we would take the cutest pictures together. Like, that's not really a good reason to stay together, is it, Capricorn? So you're listening to your higher self and you're moving away from the situation. Knight of Cups, moving on to the next. Moving closer to your actual passions, to what's really going to be fulfilling, right? Moving you into that Queen of Cups or King of Cups energy eventually. So then about this King of Wands and Ten of Wands, may I please have one more for that? King of Swords, Four of Cups. What's at the bottom of the deck here? Page of Pentacles. For some of you, there could be a fire sign that wants to come back to you. They're missing you, right? Like, dang, I really should have given equally to them. I really should have considered Capricorn. But like, okay. What's done is what I'm feeling. And if they were a Knight of Cups in the past and they came in and they went and they didn't take the time to see you, that's really not your fault. They may want to come back now and offer you equal give and take. That's going to be up to you. But you know, my advice is generally to move on. And we started the reading with that. I feel like that's already your energy, Capricorn. With the King of Swords and the Four of Cups, this person is now realizing that they missed a really, really good opportunity with you. Or for some of you, Capricorn, you're realizing this about somebody from your past. They may want to send you a note. You know, you may hear something from them. But it's important to remember with the tarot that this is the energy. It's the energy of somebody that really they desire to send you some communication. It doesn't mean it's going to actually come through. But that is what's here. They want to talk to you. I'm hearing that song, Can I Talk to You by Aaliyah. I Care for You, that's what it's called. I Care for You. But it's like they've realized it way after the fact, and now you have your mind on other things. Is there any additional advice from the tarot for my Capricorns? Yeah. 10 of Swords, 7 of Swords. This was somebody who hurt you. You know, somebody who hurt you. I'm hearing Beauty and the Beast. Somebody who just did you wrong. If you had like a really open heart, they didn't treat it well. They didn't value it at all. And you had really come into the situation with good intent. And this person didn't have that same intent. And so that's still what's coming out for them. Let's see if anything else comes out about this person. Yeah, they might want to apologize to you. 5 of Pentacles here. They're having a change of heart with the Page of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles. Like now they're feeling left out in the cold. Now they are realizing with that 5 of Pentacles the error of their ways. Oh, now they see it all with you, Capricorn. Now they see it all. Hierophant, 4 of Wands. They could be imagining what it would be like to be married to you. To have children with you. But, you know, it's what they're imagining. That could also be their... My goodness. Yeah, that could just be... I hate to... Because it's not my place to say what is and what isn't somebody else's karma. But I feel like that could be punishment for them. It could be some form of judgment for them to realize now what they could have had with you. And now to want it when you're already moved on. Okay, so let's move on to, speaking of moving on. Yeah, this could also be a job for some of you guys. But they want to work on things with you. Let's get an Angel Wisdom card. That was not a good shuffle. Let's try that again. Okay. Seeing the 2 of Wands again as advice that just flashed, and let's see what comes out for you as advice. What is the advice from the Angel Wisdom deck for my Capricorns? I'm hearing meditation music with this 4 of Pentacles, or 4 of, okay, message, 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. But this is the 4 of Swords. Meditate. Some of you might need to meditate about this or think about it. Just think about it. Reflect. This person might send you some message of an apology, or this entity, if it's an organization, they might send you something. You're going to want to just take a pause and reflect on the situation. Ace of Wands here. So they're thinking of a new beginning with you. There might be a message about some kind of new beginning or opportunity with this person to connect again. You'll want to think about it. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Magician. And this is saying what you want to manifest will, so you need to have faith in it and continue to work toward it. And what that says to me, Capricorn, is this is just further advice. Like if you're manifesting new, you're going to be sending mixed signals to the universe, mixed signals to your spirit team and to the Most High. If you're saying like, well, I can settle for these things from the past. Your commitment is being tested. Hold your vision, Cappy. It's always up to you at the end of the day. But the cards are basically repeating themselves. Like, something may present itself to you. It may present itself to you very shiny, very new. It may come back to you as something new and exciting and more promising than it was in the past. But overall, you still got the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Swords for that energy. Whether it's a choice that you made in the past that wasn't good for you, or a choice that somebody else had made against you, something about it is going to be tempting you. And so you're going to have to hold your vision and test your commitment. Realize how beautiful life is without those things. Surrender to the joy. And surrender your stress. Know that you're good enough is also a feeling I'm getting from this. Knowing that you're good enough to have what it is that you're manifesting without rewinding. Don't rewind your life, Capricorn. But it's up to you, okay? I'm just giving you the advice and what's coming out in these cards here. I love you. That's what I have for you, Cappy. I'll be back next week. Bye.